Hey, welcome back after a hiatus of about 2 weeks, I think, because everybody got sick, everybody got COVID. In the last 2 weeks, first my man Adams got it and then we all got it. It seems a bit late in the game to get it, but there you go. It's going to be a bit all over the place because we're playing catch up. In the last 2 weeks a lot of stuff came in. I sold every second-hand record I had in my collection to one guy, so we had some funding for the channel, which will be translated into new stuff, I guess. Yeah, the last video was the Bull God interview, which was, in my opinion, one of the better, more flowing interviews we had. So if you are into everything he is doing, it's not just Bull God, it is Blinding Sun, it is what we're hearing in the back, the Doppelaxt. This is the Blood Memory demo on Signal Rex. Make sure to check out that interview because it's illuminating, if not more. Like I said, we have a lot of stuff that is from all over the place. There is an Iron Bonehead, which has been sometimes. There's Altar Update, there is Dead Hymns, and we have New Era. So yeah, let's dive in. New Era, you know, they always put in tons of flyers. This is one that I haven't shown. They are, it seems they are buying secondhand records, magazines and books. So there you go. Oh, put the light on it. It's not saying a lot, but I think there is mention of it on their website. Yeah, they're just buying up everything. Feel free to offer anything from a handful of items to complete collections. We will offer fair price, can trade for store credit, records, etc. Me too, just saying. And then the flyer that piqued my interest, and this tape actually came in today, is the Hiatus, the Belgian black metal crew with Ritual Blood and Mysterious Dawn, I guess. It's red on red, so it reads a little hard, but yeah, there you go. Flyer for the new full length by that band of freaks with deep roots into the Belgian black metal scene. One more time, we're listening to Doppelaxt, the Blood Memory second demo. If you want to know more about this and upcoming stuff, check out the interview. Let's dive in. I have from the same Signal Rex order that the Doppelaxt came in. This is the Arcane Archivist Zine, issue 4 for the winter. We are out of the winter, although not sure. Like I said, this is the 4th edition of this zine. Past interviews were with Dawn. Is that a whip? Actually not. Past interviews, I'm blanking on what was in there because it's 3. Dawn is the most recent I reread, but this one has Aeternus, Vinterland, Mare from Norway, Uptest, First, Yellow Eyes. There's an Icelandic scene report featuring Mr. Ming, Svartidaudi and Forsman. There's a timeline on the entire scene from Iceland, starting with the earliest bands to... will I find it? The fact that it has a Mare interview is quite cool. There you go. So an entire timeline starting from Flames of Hell, Fire and Steel to Solstafir, and then ending into Manvera. So quite interesting. That was a blossoming scene that is kind of died down a bit. I think they kind of retrieved their the entire scene to work on new material. I think, I'm not sure. And while we're talking zines, this is the Kolyama Tales, I think. It came out not too long ago. I think it's sold out, I'm not sure. Look in distros for this, but this is more on the punk black metal side with Horrible Room, of course, the all and ever-present Jay Wood from Fellowfield, Tornmod from the UK, UE, Doppelaxt, Goatskin, so yeah, very cool. It has a lot to do with history and stuff like that, so yeah, it is worth checking out if you're into the crossovers. Came with a nifty little pin, there you go. So yeah, 2 zines that are worth digging into, but then let's delve into the vinyls. Cheers, vinyls. People hate it when you say vinyls. The first one is Southern Spruce, the produce of Uppsala, and this is on Manifest of Hate, Make Persia Great Again 7-inch. I am pretty sure, although I haven't looked into it, that these are the people that are also behind Slutet, the great band from Sweden. But yeah, like I said, I haven't looked into it, but it has all the hallmarks of that scene or that band. This is more of a post-rock, skinhead punk, mixed with a bit of black metal, but in that realm. It is improvised tracks from a trip to Iran they did a few years ago, and it has 2 tracks on here, Make Persia Great Again and The Thief of Esfahan, I think. Upcoming debut in 2021, I think that's been delayed for the foreseeable future, and the End Commune strikes again. There you go. Stamped, so they put some work into it. It has, or it comes with a lot of stuff actually, and this is still available from the label Moch Creations in collaboration with the End Commune. And there you go. Limited to weird number 201. There you go. Comes with this Manifest of Hate sticker sheet or sheets, and then there is a patch. There you go. That will not be used, but yeah. Damn my throat. Nifty looking 7-inch, looks great. Definitely love the stamp, but yeah, check it out. If you're into Slutet, you'll definitely love this thing. Yeah, let's get into the vinyl portion of this thing. All right, let's do it. The first part is the Iron Bonehead order, which it was a long time since I did an order there, just because I don't know, they had a lot of releases, but none that piqued my interest, although I didn't really get into them. It's weird how things pop up and fall off at the same time, but the ever-present Moonblood series they are doing just keeps on going, and this is the Kingdom of Forgotten Dreams, or Rehearsal 4. Have to keep up. There are 2 new already, so overkill, yes, I'm pretty sure it's overkill, because it would be cool if they spread it out a little, but they just keep releasing them. It also will be cool to have, you know, a bin just full of Moonblood for, you know, as an archive to check into. This is the, like I said, Rehearsal 4 from '95, and it has 8 tracks on here, so the tape remastered and put out on vinyl. But then this is spruced up with another rehearsal tape, or 2 tracks from a rehearsal tape that was from the Winter Falls Over the Land demo. So a rehearsal tape for a demo on a vinyl that is a rehearsal tape. Don't get me started. But it's actually worth it. The 2 is the Winter Falls Over the Land and In the Shadow of the Inverted Crucifix, I think, are the track 9 and 10. As you can see, the layout didn't change too much. Sorry. The pictures are always different, and here and there is some extra info, but not that much. It's kind of weird how they are laid out, but there's not enough base material, I think, to really, you know, get an entire package every time. So it's from tapes, as you are well aware of. A lyric sheet. It starts off with The Raven, Main 95, which is a fucking long time ago. Yeah, Messenger of Death. They got me with this one. They hooked me in with the first track, The Raven, because it's an excellent track. But the harsher tracks, which make up the Winter Falls Over the Land, are actually the top tracks on this record right here. Just because that's a really, really good demo. It stands alone, apart from all the rehearsal things. Here you go. Center labels are once again basically the same. So yeah, another in the series of Moonblood rehearsal tape records. And then adjacent to that record is the new Drowning the Lights. I have to see. It's Astral, On the Astral Wings of, and blah blah blah. On the Astral Wings of Vampiric Shadows. There you go. This came out on CD, as with much of the Drowning Light or Adversary records. Came out on CD a long time ago. I think about 2 years already, maybe, or something like that. 1 or 2 years. Sick looking cover with a old ass vampire on there. And what makes this one special is that it is like the Moonblood. It is a combination of the on Astral Wings of Vampiric Shadows, and then on Rotten Wings towards the Lunar Portal, which is the demo version of these tracks. Now my 2 cents go to the demo version just because it's a little bit more rotten, a little bit more raw, but they are both good records on their own. The only thing I have is with the full length itself on Astral Wings. The production is, it's just a bit too clean for my part. It has those naggy droning synths going through it, which if you listen to it a few times, I think it picks up and it kind of works, but my 2 cents, like I said, go to on Rotten Wings. There you go. This is the cover. It's a nice gatefold. This came in 2 versions. There was a black one and then a clear splatter, which I didn't like at all, so it was sold out, but I wasn't too sad about that. Asgore, one of our favorite monikers on this channel. There he is in the middle of the woods. I don't have a lot of Drowning the Light, but I have some key things like this one here, the bag from Go to Warwick's with the early demos, and then the Drowned. So yeah, it's all good material, but it is so much that is kind of hard to make sense of or get lost in. I like everything he does, from the Harvest to the Drowning Light to all the vampiric ambient stuff, but yeah, very good release. I like that they put in the extra sheet with the demo cover on there. There you go. The Fading of Neat Fires lyric sheet. There you go. I even like this cover better than the Vampire, so very cool. I don't know if I would have bought it if it was just the full length, but yeah, there you go. This is the demo version, and then the LP version is just artwork and the sword guy. There you go. There was one interesting thing on the promo material. There's a lot of releases, but it seems Black Celeste has a new LP coming out, or a full coming out, just called Esoteric Atavism. It's very small and it won't pick up, but there it is. So I'm not sure when we can expect that, but it's always good news. Cheers. All right. Within picking up those records, I put on a few others in the cart just to make up for the shipping. And the first 2 are from Obscurant Visions, if I'm not mistaken. I have to flip the page. Where is it? Yes, Obscurant Visions, the Russian label. And these were basically just gambles I took, because I know the label from the... it's a weird label, because they're doing stuff like Kugelkrest, the Hooked Cross stuff, and then they're doing stuff like Old Nick, so they're a bit all over the place, which I can appreciate to some extent, but you know, whatever you are into. The first one is Simorg with that title, Soku e Merva Atash, I think, something like that. If I had to guess, it's Persian, because the influence is Persian. But yeah, it is, and there are a few records like that on here. It is a 1-track, 28 minutes, 29 minutes, let's say half an hour. That it starts out with this campfire, and it has those Persian, Asian influences that shine through a bit, but it's not overly... Yeah, it's not overly influenced by those sounds. You don't have sitar or something like that going through it, but it kind of feels like you're in that kind of environment. It could be that the artwork is influencing the idea I have about the record, but you know, it has the guitar is a prominent instrument on this record. It has repetition in there that it gives it this trance-like or this trance-inducing state. It's atmospheric in the sense that it, you know, it starts with the campfire and then you delve into the record. It keeps building on riffs, building, then it topples over again. It takes a break and it comes back. So there's a lot of ups and downs in this one, but very worth the gamble I took on, yeah, just on it. It comes with a poster. There you go. A bit of the continuation of the artwork, I guess. And then it came in some color variants, but the distros, I think, I only saw it on Iron Bonehead, just had the black vinyl version. There you go. Anything more? Yeah, that's about it. It's not a bad record. It's intriguing. It's just there's a lot of these records that are coming out, be it a demo, be it an EP, or be it just a one track, that are on the half-hour mark and that just are in the atmospheric side of things and that don't really add. Now these and a lot of the others could be in that category, but just stick out a bit due to the quality of playing, I think. Like I said, the guitar on this is very prominent. So if you are into guitar-driven, hypnotic stuff, you will like it. The second one is Forgotten Heritage, and I have to look for the title, The Ominous Future of Humanity Part 1. Let's hope there's a Part 2, because this is actually the record that I, from the entire batch I got, and there's a Moonblood in here, so that's saying a lot. This is the one that piqued my interest the most after hearing it once or twice. I'll show the poster. First image I saw was this one, you know, a pointy head, black and green witch-looking dude. So I thought I was going to hear another one of those records, but it turned out that it is something completely different. It is a very dissonant, off-key, yeah, kind of fucked up black metal record. It has 3 tracks on here. The dissonance kind of dissipates towards the end, but yeah, it's hard to put into words what this record is or what it does. It's an EP. It's 3 tracks. It's not even near the half-hour mark, so it leaves you wanting for more. The tagline on the Bandcamp, I think, was "Misconceptions inherit from the past." It has that arcane feel, just in a way that is played, yeah, maybe not sloppy, because the playing is actually very good on both of these records, but it has a lot of layers and a lot of depth to this record that I haven't really penetrated, I guess. That's the best way to describe it. Very dark, ominous looking artwork. It kind of shows up, but not really. I think this is still available in the distro, like Iron Bonehead. I know it's still available from Bandcamp, but you have to get it from Russia, which probably is a bit, you know, shitty right now. There you go. It's kind of dark. We'll fix the lighting in the next part, but there you go. It's all dark, so yeah, there's nothing much to show on camera, but in real life it's a great looking record, actually. Yeah, Obscurant Visions label, not that new, but new enough that this is Obscurant Visions 28, so yeah, there we go. That was, what's it, Forgotten Heritage with The Ominous Future of Humanity Part 1. Excellent records, in my opinion, or an excellent first demo, whatever you want to call it. Good beer. And then the last from that batch, and that will be Part 1, is the Crucifixion Bell Oxenhovote, I think it's called. This is the third one in the line of records that was released by the newer Norwegian label called... I'm blanking on the label. Do I have it? No, I don't have it. Yeah, you'll know what I'm talking about. It has those 2 records that came out on Asgard, and I'm really blanking on the label right now. but I'm not going to do this again. It is also out on NIC158 for the American market, if you will. And this is popping up in a lot of distros and a lot of social media platforms, if you will. I'm sorry. It is a split between, like I said, the Astral Serpent and, oh no, Crucifixion Bell and Oxenhoofd, one of the newer Norwegian, yeah, raw bands, if you will. What this is a split between those two, and I think the Astral Serpent is the most known out of the two. It has this, I haven't heard too much about or from this this guy, the Astral Serpent, if you will. He has a lot of bands, there's a lot of output, but it seems there's a lot of splits and EPs and demos. So this is, I think, the first thing I'm hearing, not sure. It has this weird meandering trance-like info. It has 3 tracks, if I'm not mistaken. There's no track list on here, right? Oh yeah, there it is. Glossolalia, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there, you can read for yourself. So it has 3 tracks. The first one is a 2-minute intro, so that leaves 2 tracks. It is a very dense, short, well played, very hard on the attack sounding black metal EP. Yeah, it is better than most in the American genre, or the new American black metal, if you will. I think he's one talented guy, so I'm looking forward to delving into the other stuff he is doing. It seems there's a lot of respect for the old ways, or the old bands that are playing this style. It is, yeah, it is very well played. Very good riffs, and the drumming on this one shines through. There's a lot of bell hits, which in my book is always a winner. The other one, the Oxenhoofd, this is the second offering, I think. I think there was a demo or a full, I'm not sure how to call it, but yeah. He has 3 tracks on here, there you go. And it's a bit more on the raw side of things. I think the production for Crucifixion Bell is a bit more on point, or a bit more clear. The Oxenhoofd is, it starts off really slow crawling, and then it goes into mid-pace, but it has much dustier production than the other one. It picks the pace up and it goes really hard in the middle. Then right when you think, oh, it's kind of falling apart, then the synths come in, and it has those, it has really good synth work on here, and it's just minimal synth use. It doesn't go all over the place. It's not completely overwritten or overdone. And then it kind of switches up with a very good riff structure, and then back to the synth, back to riff. So they kind of take center stage. Yeah, first the riff, then the synth, especially on track 3. The lead out, in the lead out, I'm sorry, so yeah. The end, towards the end, they keep building, and I think that's for both of them. But yeah, in the end, for the Oxenhoofd, the last thing, when you think that it's done and you think now they're getting into some repetition, then they pull open the last part and it's just all over the place. So yeah, great split. NIC158 is a label that does not disappoint, and I'm blanking, like I said, on the other one. Yeah, I can't read it. It's a great logo, but I can't read it. But yeah, we'll fix that in the notes. That's it. That's the Aaron Bonehead order and part 1 of this video. We'll see you in part 2. All right, hey, welcome back to part 2. You haven't gone anywhere, but I have gone to pee. We are listening to the Erophyte Catacomb with Lover's Leap, one of the Canadian projects that is linked to the Nachtlich, that entire group of bands. The second part will consist of 2 label profiles, if you will. The first one is the Altar Drop that went off, I think, maybe about a month ago now. I'm kind of hazy about time lately just because of sickness and being out. First one is Empyrean Grace, this one. The second one is Carnila Pacte. And the third one is Solipsism. There you go. Yeah, let's talk about these records. The cool thing about Alter is that for this one they did a drop with all those records at the same time, and you could buy them for a democratic price, if you will, 40 euros for 3 records, which in my book is kind of a good deal if they are great records. Now, I had 2 of them already, which is kind of weird to buy doubles, not in this or world or on this channel, but you know what I mean. The first one, the Empyrean Grace with Bestowment of the Seraphic Key. This is the first time it came out on vinyl. It came out on tape, I think, last year. Like I said, timelines are kind of hazy. On Aresis Noviomagi, the Dutch label linked to Turia and Libertas, all the other bands, and now Empyrean Grace. This was on a lot of end of the year lists. It's again one of those records that is an black metal record on the half-hour mark. And I have written down, I need to be picky about my 30-minute atmospheric records. Now, for all intents and purposes, this is a record that stands out in this category simply because of the fact that it's a huge hypnotic sound, kind of like the what's called the one, the Simorgh we talked about in the last chapter, but it's different. It is a bit more personal sound than the Asian or the Persian influenced sound. This kind of feels more in the stable of Haresis Noviomagi, if you will, but it is, like Turia is a very personal, it is very small knit crew playing what they're playing, but this is a bit more, yeah, pulled open, if you will. It has melancholic synths on here, not overbearing, but they just pop up here and there throughout the thing. It has that longing sound that you hear in a lot of medieval riff style playing black metal. Yeah, it has a bit of an Eastern take, so it's comparable to the other record, but yeah, it's just a good record. You have to check it out if you are into all of the things I have said so far. But yeah, in the stable of Haresis Noviomagi, which you either like it or you don't like it, that kind of style of playing, but or that style of metal, I kind of like it. Especially the tapes. This was just a bonus because, you know, they put it out together with all the other records. The artwork translated quite nicely to the LP version. I still like the tape version better. It has the full image, as you can see. There you go. Like the Rhizoprene style of this one. But yeah, let's see what they write about this one. Its first demonstrative output in the form of a long standalone track of mystical ethereal black metal that will surely transport the listener to a time long past. Golden rays collapse into a kaleidoscopic architecture of deep, subtle shifting chords. Distant echoing drums push the composition in a driven but exhaustingly consistent march towards an elusive and perhaps hallucinatory end. And it's kind of that. That's why I compare it to the other one. It has that trance-inducing, just because of the repetition and the way the riffs are building and layered and layered and layered. So yeah, it has that overarching theme that kind of concludes in the end, or kind of gives you a conclusion at the end of the record. So yeah, world building or storytelling, if you will. Comes with a stamped inner label, which is always nice. I think it's stamped. No, it's printed. Where is the time Alter stamped their records? But yeah, one of the 3 that was gold for me and very worth picking up, although I already have the tape. The second one is the Carnila Pacte, one of the Wagner Ødegaard projects, if you will. Band project. He has a lot of stuff for one man. We know the Vulcanas, we know the Wagner Ødegaard style. If you are into a bit more the experimental side of black metal, if you are into some post-punk influences, if you will, some post-rock maybe even, yeah, this is your thing, but don't expect just a black metal record, because it's definitely not. It is a different beast than the Wagner, Ödegaard, or the Vulcanas. That is more punk oriented, or punk black metal. This is, yeah, it's one of those records, just like the green one from the last parts, green, get it? That is, you can put it on, you can listen to it, and it can pass by, or it can grab you in some parts if you are listening to it, if you are really listening to it. It is a very good record. I talked about it when it first came out. I have the Brugmansia version. This is the version with the EP on it that was released as a latte cut, I think. So it's definitely worth picking up. It's also remastered for this vinyl edition. But yeah, it is a very worthwhile venture to dive into. And the extra bonus tracks are, you know, worth getting it, if you will. It comes with a lyric sheet, or a English translation of the lyrics. It also comes with this booklet with the beautiful artwork. And there you go. There is the more known artwork that pops up here and there. And then this is the original language, Swedish, I think so. Lyrics to the records. If you look into the info, I was looking into, do I already have, because I have the 10-inch coming in, and then I thought, oh, I bought the records and I bought the 10-inch, so I already have it, and then I bought it again, so I'm stupid. But the problem with Carne La Pacta is the band is called Carne La Pacta, the demo, the EP, everything is called the same, so it's kind of hard to to keep track of it all. I think if you call everything the same, you know, you make it hard. And then the third one is the Solipsism. There you go. Dark looking artwork by, and it's important, Marius van Kerpen did the artwork, which is weird. I'll tell you why. Let's flip this one. It'll flip itself, I guess. Yeah. The artwork kind of is reminiscing of a more death metal kind of project, if you will. It looks very heavy, very cavernous, very misanthropic, if you will. If you listen to the sound, this is Desir from Australia, which has, or who has a lot of projects, even more than that Crucifixion Bell guy. So it's hard to keep up all the things he is doing. This is Solipsism with Cruelty and Necrospection. It is a very good record, but the cover is something completely different. I think that the people behind this record just said, this is a title, make us some artwork, but it, in my opinion, it doesn't fit the entire record. What this is yeah, it is very musical. It is, for a black metal record, there's a lot of beautiful riffs on here. It is very, it has an almost hopeful sound, which, if you look at the cover, is, you know, very it's not very 1 and 2. It's something completely different than the artwork that is portrayed on here. The logo, it is unreadable, but it's a very cool looking logo. The back is maybe better. That's done by Set33 on Instagram. Samuel E. Thomas, who also has the Castern band or project that is on Nistang, which is also very worth checking out. The package by us, by Altar, is very good. Once again, very dark artwork, but you can see it a bit popping up here and there. So yeah, very good record. But like I said, the sound is completely different from what the cover looks like, but still worth getting into. There you go. Red looking records. There's a black version too, but this was the package or the pre-order, whatever you want to call it. Did I write anything down on here? No. They have a demo and a split, all from 2020, and then this is the full length, I guess. It is Desir on one side, and then I always kind of forget his name. Ainul Iblis on drums, which will pop up again in the next chapter because of the artwork he did for another record. But yeah, first full-length album was written in October 2022, recorded no 2020. Sorry. Yeah. But yeah, 3 very good records that are worth picking up. They are still floating around here and there. If you are a fan of the Seer, if you're into what he is doing, this is a very worthwhile. It is a bit different than what he's doing. It's a lot less raw than something like Piss Moon, for example. But yeah, also there's another smaller poster. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff coming with this record, which makes it worthwhile. The Carmilla Pacte, I skipped over the record, and it is Fluo Green, which really works. There you go, which really works for the record. This is the, I expect it to be the solipsism to be the banger of this, but I'm still in love with the Carmilla Pacte. Just such a good, beautiful record. But yeah, that's it. Part 3 coming up with Death Hymns. Okay, into part 3. I switched up the chapters just because I thought Death Hymns should be the last, considering they have the drop of the year by now. We're listening to Empyrean Grace, the tape edition, just so you can hear what the new drop is all about. So the second to last part will be a new era, a kind of a weird new era update, if you will, because, yeah, just, you'll see. Once again, Heinous, look into it. Very good Belgian record. And then the other record I want to talk about is Bradung with Bami Viagra. This one, I know. And they intended that reaction. This is basically Urfaust together with guys from Lugubrum to yeah, to create something special. Let's keep it at that. That is Bami Viagra. I know you love that. Okay, what this is a small new era update consisting of the test presses they released some time ago. I had the chance to have my pick of the litter, if you will, and I bought 2 test presses, and then I got some great stuff just from him. The first one, and this I already showed this one, this is the Coco Crest or the Hooked Cross. I mistakenly got sent the black version. This is the more limited, if you will, marble gray version. It's nothing special, nothing extra, it's just the color of the vinyl. I'm not even sure what it's limited to, but you know, in my brain I couldn't have just the regular, I guess. This is the, like I said, gray, black, white marble edition. And guys, thanks for hooking me up. Still great records. Yeah, I talked about it a lot, I think, in the around the end of the year mark, because this was in my top 20 for sure. But yeah, there it is. Finally, in the collection. The test press I got was the Coco Crest, the demo, if you will, on vinyl. I have the, I don't even have the tape. I think this is the only version I have from this record, because it was in that beginning period that they were starting to shine through. And yeah, the tape version just, I don't know, it sold out. I don't know what happened to it, but yeah, here we go. This is the green. I think there were a few color iterations of it, but this is the green one. It's all in Russian or Cyrillic script, so there's nothing much I can say about it or talk about it. It's just, you know, that horrible room punk black stomp. And this is the, like I said, green test press. Once I saw that green, I was hooked. It is a very dark green with some marbling going through it. They are actually quite beautiful records, the test presses. Yeah, that's one. I think they have a few still up. They are not cheap. But yeah, they are, in my opinion, worth it. Maybe, I always think as an investment, but let's be honest, the fact that these will be in here when I croak you can't really say it's an investment, but yeah. Then the second one is the Vaal test press with het vagevuur. I loved the just a regular sleeve, but this picture really, you know, piqued my interest or just had my head going. So yeah, this is the test press version of this one. Pasted on, there's nothing really too special about these records, it's just pasted on artwork that is, you know, taken from the original promo material or the original records, but yeah. This is the red version, or the red marble, orange marble, if you will. There you go. New Era test pressings. It's kind of a way to support the label. Also, I know these aren't the cheapest records to get, but I don't have a lot of test pressings, and the test pressings I have are from Skiegerreich, which are near and dear to my heart because I got them from Demsevold, and this, you know, this is a good companion piece to that one, the Krachtenmagie from Warden. This one is also very good, and then one that makes up for, you know, the money spent. I've been looking for this record for, I think, maybe over 2 years now. I almost made a deal or a trade with a guy from Indonesia. That's how desperate I was getting this, because this doesn't come up. I'm not going to overhype it because it's just what it is. It is a record, but it's the Hand of Glory Witch Moon split on Go to Warx. This is a record that is sought after just because of the fact that it's Lamb and that he, you know, passed away, and all the hype that came with it. The cool thing was they written it down, because I do this, I do an order, and then I say, hey, do you have some extra stuff for me? And they called it the Ebony Pendant Hand Job of Glory Split. There you go. What this is a, yeah, almost legendary split, from the legendary in the sense that it's one of the more well-known splits in the last 2 years in the raw black metal scene. Is it because of the fact that he died an early death? Perhaps. I talked about how I couldn't make anything of the music in the beginning when I started listening to it, when it came out on Perished Soil, the first tapes, the To Molested Dreaming. When I first heard that, I was saturated with the raw black metal. And then slowly but surely, listening to the Sanguine Eagle stuff, it kind of dawned on me that this guy was actually, you know, very skilled and very well versed in the art of black metal, if you will. And yeah, like I said, I was looking for this one for a while. I had it on tape, but the vinyl version is the superior version. It is a gatefold. There you go. The Hand of Glory side and the Witch Moon side. Witch Moon is a more dense, very raw black metal, one-man bedroom black metal, whatever you want to call it. Hand of Glory is a bit more adventurous. I'm not going to say these are his best tracks, but yeah, the thing with this one is that it has the best promo picture, or one of the best pictures in recent black metal lore, and that is the Gravestone Biter. There he is, Lamb. This is the Witch Moon side. Am I holding it upright? No. Yes, I am. Witch Moon. There you go. So yeah, if I had to pay the prices that this piece of paper and vinyl goes on the secondhand markets, I would have never bought it, because this thing goes for over 100. But yeah, Jasper from New Era hooked me the fuck up with this one, so thank you. Thank you. And yeah, it's finally in a collection. It's one of the most sought after want list items for me, so thank you very much. That was the New Era portion of this video, and we are going to go delving into death hymns in the last part. I have to lubricate my throat for the last one, because we're going to talk a bit on those records. That's it, part 4. Yeah, sorry for my throat is acting up. I'm still not 100% on top, and a little bit rusty, but think we are managing a great video. We're still listening to Empyrean Grace for the people listening deeper into the music. The last part is it's also from New Era, because they are the local or the European hub for Dead Hymns, which is a American label that does some extraordinary releases. They are on my radar for some time, but it was always kind of too expensive to get the records, and when they drop on New Era they are also kind of expensive, but with the entire tax situation and stuff like that, it's just easier to, you know, bite the bullet and get them from New Era, because if you have to pay the taxes on a bunch of records coming from the States, it's impossible. So I've picked 3. The Gates of Dawn kind of eluded me in the sense that I was refreshing, but they kind of did something weird with the order and I missed it. It's coming in. I rectified the situation, but yeah, we'll dive into the 3 I have, which are by no means a bad bunch. The first one is Tenebrositas, and I'll show the record first. This is the Ainul Iblis shout out once again, because he did the reimagined artwork for the record that you are seeing. This is a demo compilation called Terra Miserae, if I have to guess, or if I can read correctly. This is the only gatefold in the bunch, and what this is a demo compilation from a one-man project, or a guy from Croatia. Is it Croatia? Yes, Croatia. That has flew under my radar, like a lot of stuff that comes out on Dead Hymns, if you will. He has been, if you see the Bandcamp, he has started in April 2013, and it's just, you know, demo after EP after whatever you want to call it. It is very crude looking, very simple artwork, like the one on the cover, which kind of works. I mean, if you're not thinking about Mayhem, Dead Crush, I don't know what you're thinking about, but just the color scheme, red, white, black, the cover had me when I saw it. Then the artwork is basically very simple looking, but you know, there you go, it works. What this is Croatian Dark Throne worship. There's no two cents about it. This is a compilation of the Embraced by the All-Devouring Void album, the Black is the Empire of Torture and Despair demo, the Autumnal Servitude album, and Alone in the Frozen Wasteland demo. So a bunch of fulls and demos. Dead Hymns 26. There you go. Yeah, it has this very raw, simple Eastern European touches maybe, but it is very it harkens back to that simple Dark Throne sounds. I don't think he, you know, he's too shy about letting known his influences. This is a double record, and the center labels are excellently produced by Ainul Iblis. This is, yeah, just to have this as a demo compilation, recently discovered. This will be also a feature in the new Bootshaven magazine, or Bootshaven magazine, if you will, which I did a piece for on social media versus black metal, or black metal versus social media, which is coming out later this month together with Tenebrositas. Yeah, delve into it. I think check the Bandcamp if you're into that. Maybe, you know, progress to the records if you can find it. I think New Era still has copies, but I'm not sure. Cheers to the New Era, guys. The new box that came in, packed as if it was destined for Ukraine. It took me a half hour to unpack, but that's beside the point. The second one, and this was a record I was waiting for without knowing I was waiting for it. This is the El Araira, I think. That's how you pronounce it. This is a record from 2016 that has now finally seen the vinyl treatment. I have it since then because the Underground Soundscapes, the Greek label run by a beautiful man, already had it out on tape at that point, but it never had a vinyl release. This is the J card for that one. And this has the Gates of Dawn track on here, and that's why I mentioned it, because the newer band from Travis Nordahl, the guitar and vocals for this band, has a newer band called Gates of Dawn, or The Gates of Dawn, which also was in this drop, but you know, unfortunately sold out. And that is a very dense, compact, symphonic black metal record. Like, if you take everything, I don't know, something like Emperor did, but just compacted into a small ball, that is what that sounds like. But yeah, we are not talking about that. That will come up. We are talking about El Ayra. I think that's how you call it, but I'm not sure. My throat won't allow me to say it out loud. This is basically a kind of a concept record in that it deals with death, but it also deals with the entire lore of the entire story of Watership Down, the rabbit cartoon, if you will, from our youth. El Ayra was the rabbit that was granted eternal life by the god-like creature. That's an entire myth that you, if you're interested, can look into the movie. But yeah, it has the rabbits running all over it. There you go. Recorded at the Library Recording Studio in 2014, so it's a old record, and this is a Dead Hymns Final Agony duo release. There you go. But once again, Dead Hymns is killing it lately. It is a full-on black metal record. What did I write down? It is, if you are listening to the first track, the intent or the feeling you have is you want to play it at full volume, max volume. Like I said, it deals with dead worship. It has these very emotive sounding or emotion sounding tracks, but each track has a different sound on it, and yet it has an overarching sound that is, yeah, that is just El Ayra. It is something I haven't heard anywhere else. It is deemed a classic in some circles just because of the fact that it is so niche in its sound, if you will. In my opinion, in some parts it kind of feels Hydra Head sounding, some of those bands. Not ISIS, it's not post-metal or whatever you want to call it, but it kind of has those emotive vocal parts that yeah, show up in hardcore maybe, but yeah, on some of the tracks, not all of the tracks. So very good record that deserves much more attention, if you will. Tape, vinyl, whatever you can get your hands on. The Prince of 1,000 Enemies is what it translated to. And then, last but not least, from the same label, and this is something, in my opinion, very special. I've known this band as long as I have been into raw black metal, which is, I don't know, maybe close to 7 years by now. And this is Arid with 2 points on the A. And this is their new, or his new offering, or latest offering from, Jesus Christ, Antro Wastes Breeds a Writhing. I can't read it for shit, but there's the title. There's a lot of words on this record. It has a lot of verbiage, if you will. Installment number 12 from Waste Breeds a Writhing Mutagenesis, something like that. Yeah, I should have written it down because it deserves a lot more respect than it gets, but it is the last record, and as you know, on this channel, the last one gets the most respect. It is I always thought it was a Portuguese or a Spanish band just because of the affiliation with labels just such as Nebular Carcoma or Senior Rex, but it is a US project or a US band, one guy called X.I.E, the Eerie Silence Productions world, that has bands like Cetinizidai, I pronounced that right, I think, Arid, which is this one, The Black Wilderness, which is more ambient, and then the Virulent Spectre, which I'm a huge fan of. It skips between dark ambient, and I mean the darkest ambient you ever heard, and black metal. I think there's one more band, Wounds, which is the normal black metal project, if you will, that he's doing. But yeah, all those bands, the Stenizy Die, Virulent Spectre, Black Wilderness, Wounds, and Arid are top tier raw black metal, raw, dark, ambient, and I can't recommend them enough. Arid, I have one tape. I think I can grab it, because I pulled it out when I heard this record. This is on Harvest of Death, as you know, the side label for Senior Rex, and this is the Neglect, Filth, and Suffering tape. Listened to this a bunch when it came out, and now I have been re-listening to it. It's the entire Arid sound for me, and I don't pretend to know everything about it, but it was always very fragmented, and I don't know, it kind of felt like there was something there, but it never really pushed through. There is one on Dead Hymns before this one, which is a more brown tinted. It kind of looks the same, that's why I was confused. But this one is the benchmark. He hit it out of the park with this one. It is in fact raw black metal. The production is leveled up a huge bit. But what this does is, there we go, this is the insert, before I forget, XE, he goes by on this one. What this is the drums on this thing. It is incredible. It is drum fill after drum fill after drum fill after drum fill. It is relentless, but the thing is, it doesn't overshadow the rest of the music, so it kind of flows together, which I think it maybe lacked is a wrong word, but missed in the previous output by this band, or by him. Now just, you know, clicks and gels together. I'll try one more time. From Anthropoprachic Waste Breeds a Writhing. I hate that font. I really hate that font. There you go. Like I said, it deserves much more respect, but I haven't written it down. Look into this. I don't know what he's going by on Instagram, but I think if you put in Eerie Silence, you'll find it. And I have the Virulent Spectre, the new one, coming in from Skierijk, so very looking forward to this one. If you are into very wide-stretched black metal from all over the place, look into Dead Hymns, because I did, and I'm hooked. There is some shit that has come in, and I think Bull God kind of hyped me to it. I have the Wolvanatu, which is coming up in a different video that came in today. That was the Ukraine tank package. But yeah, that's enough for me. I'm starting to ramble. Dead Hymns, New Era, whatever you want to call it, they are great in my book, and salute. That's it, my rusty comeback, rusty throat. I feel like a hooker that worked too much, but yeah, there we go. The Imperial Grace is finally slowing down, so we'll be slowing down, and I'll see you guys next week for a talk, maybe with Danny if we can fix it, and otherwise it will be just more vinyl records, which I know you love. I'm going to tend to my throat, and I'll see you next.